Everyone, welcome back to another episode of JourneyCast. My name is Levi.
I'm Alicia.
And today we're joined by Abby Siler.
Hi.
Abby, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We're live at the YXH conference. Well, live recording, I should say, not actually live. But yeah, Abby, you're doing a concert tonight.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yeah? You looking forward to it?
Yes.
It's going to be great. Yeah. Is this your first time in Canada?
Yes.
I think we were just talking about that.
I've only ever been to Mexico outside of America.
Yeah.
Wow. So
you've never left North America, technically.
No, I want to.
Yeah. Where would you go?
I really want to go to Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to go to London.
We talked to Taylor a bit before this. They're going to Europe next week, actually.
Taylor, who was here last night?
No. She just brought you in here.
Oh, I just met her. Yeah. She's going to
She's
London?
going to Europe. I don't know where, Italy, I think, is one of their stops.
yeah.
They're doing a few stops.
Yeah, they're going to enjoy their lives.
Yeah.
I want to go so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it a tour, and then it's like a work expense, you know?
That's the thing is, so I'm my label is called Integrity, where I'm signed as a songwriter.
Yeah.
And we have a really big global presence.
Oh, okay. So there's connections.
Which is really cool. So there
you can
is.
make it happen.
Yeah. I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So first thoughts on Canada. You are already wearing a pretty
I'm a
Canadian hat.
Were you a fan as soon as you landed, or were you already
right when
a
I
fan?
landed, I was like, okay, now Justin Bieber is my favorite person in the world. And so.
And he's a big Leafs fan?
He is. He was posting about it.
Oh, okay.
But I also watched the game. We watched the game last night.
Oh, okay. How'd they do?
And then we watched the Tigers game.
Nice.
Yeah, that went well, hey?
Yeah.
They've been doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Fun fact for you, Levi used to have a Bieber haircut.
I did.
Which one?
The original, the
you know, when you're have to keep doing this.
The swoosh,
Have neck issues. I'm sure the neck issues I have are from that haircut.
Yeah.
I had to get rid of it though, because our senior pastor walked up to me one day, and I'm like, only a few people have noticed that it's the Justin Bieber, and he a senior pastor,
older guy,
and 60s, 70s. He's like, "Hello, Levi, you have that haircut like that Justin Bieber fellow, don't you?" And I'm like, "Okay, if our senior pastor can make the connection, then I've got to get rid of it.
You got it. It's got to go."
Yeah.
Oh, that was the end.
But to be fair, I had that haircut before he was famous, so it wasn't like I was doing it. Oh,
you started it. You inspired him.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He was like, this kid from Medicine Hat has this haircut. Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, my other Canada connection too, which is really crazy, is I don't know if you guys know Amanda Cook.
Yes.
Yeah, but she's from here, and I just wrote with her this week.
Great.
Oh, cool.
And she was like, "You're going to Medicine Hat?" She's like, "Why are you going there?"
Yeah.
But she was telling me just everything about.
Yeah, her sister still lives here. Yeah.
I didn't realize she was from here even.
Yeah.
But I connected the dots, and I was like, "Dang, Canadian people are really cool."
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is Canadian.
Yeah. I don't know if we want to make that associate. No.
Oh. There's controversy. I don't even know what it is.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Abby, where are you based out of actually?
So I live in Nashville.
Okay, Nashville. That's what I thought so. Yeah.
But I'm from Illinois.
Oh, okay.
I'm from a small town.
Yeah.
Honestly, kind of similar vibe to here.
Yeah.
Farm town.
Oh, okay.
The country, small. Even
Did you
when
grow up on the farm?
No.
Okay.
I grew up in a log cabin actually.
Oh, wow.
That's actually really cool.
It was very cool. We had a pond surrounding my house.
Wow.
And we had a canoe. So
that's amazing.
I've always been very
lucky.
Outdoorsy.
Outdoorsy. I love fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. But I've lived in Nashville 8 years.
Oh, wow.
I went to college there. And I stayed.
Yeah.
I love it.
So how did you get started on this journey or on with music? Was this just something you were naturally gifted as growing up? Were you involved with worship? How did this, what was the starting point for you?
Yeah, I always loved music. I was really shy as a kid. But I loved music. I loved American Idol when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted, and I actually tried out, and it was a horrible experience.
Oh, no.
Were they just super mean to you?
It's so much about the story and It was
You can always
weird.
tell when you watch that type of show, like America's Got Talent. It's a spoiler. If they do a
Yeah.
backstory on the person,
Oh yeah, you know they make it.
you know
I
that they're never
know.
going to do a backstory and be like, you're not making it
well,
past.
I mean,
Yeah.
unless you're real funny,
Yeah.
then you might get one.
Yeah, but then you'll still
That's
pass
true.
though. You'll still pass because you're like, this is so goofy. We need to see what you come up with next.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
It's a cool thing. I don't have anything against, because there's really good people that come out of it. But
yeah,
anyways, I started playing guitar when I was like 12.
yeah.
My dad bought me a guitar, and I had taken piano before and quit a lot of sports. And so my mom was like, "You're not going to stick with guitar." But something about it, I got it, and I just was obsessed. I would watch like YouTube.
Oh, you're self-taught.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I started taking lessons like late high school, which was great. I had like a really, really cool teacher who let me just play like John Mayer songs.
Nice.
And songs I wanted to play, and not
Yeah.
like
you have to
classical.
do the curriculum. Yeah,
because that was, and I've heard it a lot with other people, like the structure of learning piano was so stressful for me. Like it was too methodical. Like I need to feel like that's kind of how I'm wired. So once I learned guitar, I started leading worship at my youth group, and was so nervous to play for all my peers.
right.
Because
Yeah.
it's, you know,
And I think that's hard because it's like it's not a performance, but there's something still to that you're like you're getting up in front of people
It's brave.
and you're
It is.
you're like, do you guys trust me to lead you?
yeah, it's
in this?
vulnerable.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
In high school, middle school, you know, everyone's like scared.
Yeah.
But in high school, I went to this conference, probably similar to this, but
Yeah.
like a big summer one, and just loved the worship and was like, this is what I want to do. And also that's really where I felt like I was like, really fell in love with Jesus, and where my faith really like was formed. And then I lead at that camp now. I've led at that camp for like 6 years, which
Yeah.
is really cool. It's like one of my favorite things.
What
to do.
about
we love camp too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened at the conference that like shifted your faith for you? Like what was that?
I think it was really just like an encounter with the Holy Spirit, like in a tangible way, like through worship. And I went through a lot in high school too. My parents got divorced.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of kind of brokenness in that period for me specifically.
You're just
I have
looking for hope.
Yeah. And like found it through music too. And what like from writing songs initially for me was like from like hard times, like grief, like people being mean to me or whatever.
Right.
And I feel like that shaped like why I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard it you say like write what you know. Like
Yeah,
if you're
that's
trying to
true.
write something, you write what you know, right from your experience. But that's also like, was that hard to be vulnerable when you were starting to write?
Oh, it still is.
Still is, yeah.
It's
Hasn't
still
really changed, eh?
No, yeah, it's like I mean, wear your heart on your sleeve, but also it's like, you know, it can be tough
Yeah.
to be that vulnerable.
Yeah. But that's
But it's
like I said,
important.
what you know. So you can't like pretend to do something else that's not you. Yeah. So you're leading up this camp, you're doing this conference, then like what are those next steps for you? Like where do you go from there?
I really wanted to go to this school in Nashville called Belmont. That's like really expensive. And my mom at the time was like single mom, and my mom was like, Abby, you can't go. Like,
Just couldn't
can't afford it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was another school that they gave me way better financial aid, and it's like literally a mile, and they share the same teachers.
Oh wow.
And I met one of the teachers from that school, and he just was like, he was like one of the founding people of like contemporary Christian music.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So it was like
Wow.
a match made in heaven. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with Ellie Holcomb.
Yes. Oh, I love her.
Yeah. Her dad ended up being like he was like the head of my program.
Oh, wow.
that's cool.
So it ended up being like really match made in heaven for me, because I knew I wanted to do Christian music, but I also knew I didn't want to do it like in the CC. Like it's hard to explain, but
Like the industry.
I don't feel like I'm a CCM artist. Like, because you kind of have to be in a box of sorts. So yeah, it's like I love doing pop music too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But you also seem very authentic.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, not saying that Christian artists aren't, because I think they totally are, but sometimes I think you have to.
You don't want to be constrained.
Yeah. And you have to, be a certain thing sometimes.
Yeah. You want to be your true self, so you can't put on a show. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say was your biggest takeaway from that school, that experience?
I think even just moving to Nashville was like,
Bit of a culture shock.
Did you go by yourself?
went by myself
That's brave, yeah.
at 18. Just me, like, didn't know anyone.
Wow.
But I think it was culture shock, but it was also, it's just a really special, have you guys been to
No.
Nashville?
No.
It's kind of hard to explain, but it was the place where I feel like I belong, like in a different way than I ever felt at home, like with people that get me,
Yeah.
that understand my like creative spirit.
Well, yeah, when you're surrounding yourself with people that kind of have the same goals as you,
Yeah, that's
you
true.
really feed off each other. Yeah.
It's just it's a special place because nowhere else is it like normal to be a songwriter
No.
for
true.
for your job.
Yeah.
Probably strongly discouraged everywhere else.
It is, yeah, yeah,
It's like, that's a nice hobby you have.
Exactly.
But what do you do for work?
exactly.
Yeah.
Or it's like, are you a worship leader? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you move into Nashville, and then you were experiencing this culture. What was it like? Like the classes, like having this. What was his name? You said.
Oh
it,
yeah,
the-
yeah. His name's
Holcomb.
Yeah. Like him as you're, leading the school, right? And the course you're taking. Like what did you take away? What were the things that were kind of like you had to shift your perspective on?
I mean, I think I learned to like be able to say I'm an artist.
Yeah.
And like I'm a songwriter and like this is me.
Embrace that.
Yeah, and embrace it. And I also just learned a lot about writing music and
How do you embrace your creativity? Like what do you feel like was holding you back?
I mean, I think identity like
Yeah.
is a big
Bit
thing.
of imposter syndrome.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm working on a project right now that is called
Sneak peek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an album that's called Every Version of Me. And identity has just been a big thing for me, like understanding who I am and not knowing and knowing that it's only through Jesus that like it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to be like, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this.
Or feel like you have to be something for the people around you.
Yeah, totally. Even, being an artist, you feel like you have to be something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah. When can we expect that?
It's like such a longer process than you
Yeah.
think, and then
Yeah.
even longer.
Yeah. ×3, hey.
Yeah. I'm hoping, I'm going to put one song out in the summer, and then hopefully EP in the fall. Yeah, I'm very excited.
That's awesome.
But when it starts taking that long,
Yeah.
it just gets to be like, dang, I'm
takes a
excited,
bit of the
but
wind out of your sails a bit.
I'm ready to just do something else. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it'll be good.
You have to really like your songs if you're committing to them for a whole
Oh,
big, long
yeah.
season. Hey,
Yeah.
I do like them. That's good. I'm not like, some days I'll wake up and be like, should I scrap everything and start over? I told my friend that the other day. She was
Oh,
like,
no.
no, it's great. You don't need to do that.
Like starting to question, like, is this worth all this time?
But that's a normal thing.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I've talked to my friends about it. They're like, yeah, like sometimes you are already ready to work on the next thing
Yeah.
before you're done, just because you're in it for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always see those like memes, and like, I don't want to encourage the whole culture of self-diagnosing yourself as ADHD, but you see those memes all the time that were like,
Oh yeah.
me starting a new hobby, hyper-fixation on something. Yeah, I feel like that sometimes, like working on something, and then I'm like, okay, I want to start something new. I want to do something else. I want to, this is getting boring. So, yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
so true. I see those all the time.
All right. So you're learning about being creative at the school. What are some of the other things that you learned about?
I mean, I learned about a lot about friendship. I
Yeah.
think when you're in college, I learned a lot about
Who you're surrounding yourself with.
yes, and healthy friendship.
Yeah.
I think that was a big part of, I mean, even just like the 18 to 21, it's such a formative time.
Yeah.
And I was going through a lot in that time, like with my family.
Yeah.
And so I was learning just about life, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm really thankful for that, for being in college and like learning about just like boundaries and like time
that you
management.
can have them, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And like about what's best for me and how to like take care of myself.
Yeah.
Therapy and just a lot of different things.
Therapy is a beautiful thing.
Yes.
It is the best.
Would you say you were
helpful.
like hesitant to it?
Oh, I definitely was. I started going in high school and it was like life-changing, totally life-changing for me.
What was your expectations of what it was going to be versus what
I was
you
super
discovered?
scared.
Yeah. Because you have to be vulnerable with a stranger.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was like, I don't know what my expectation was, but I think it was like that I had to
Open up. And,
I had to like spill my guts or whatever. And it was more of like, you know, you can say and talk about whatever you want to.
yeah.
And I had a thing of like, I just needed to release a lot.
Yeah.
And so it was like,
Well, yeah, I think sometimes you feel like you don't want to be a burden,
oh yeah.
right? Like we often like working. So Alicia's a youth pastor and I work with her. I'm the youth coordinator at our church. And yeah, like, you know, it's just people feel like, oh, I don't want to be a burden to someone. I don't want to be a burden. And it's like, that's why we're here.
Especially to your friends, especially in high school. You're like,
I always kind of laugh about that, how like we just get lied to by ourselves so hard because like we really do think that we're a burden to everyone around us. And like recently I've had an opportunity to say it a few times, so I know I can say it, but kind of like, I'm like, think about your best friend. Like, let's say your best friend comes to you right now and they're like, I'm really struggling, and they tell you what they're going through. Is your first response like, now I'm burdened by this? Thanks a lot. I'm like, it's never that.
No.
It's never ever that.
No one's ever thinking
so it's
that.
funny that we convinced ourselves that like, oh, I don't want to burden
We're
someone
setting
else
that
with it,
standard
it's
for ourselves.
Yeah, especially with somebody who loves you, right? It's actually kind of like a gift to have someone say like, hey, here's what I'm struggling with and going through. Like it's I don't know, you're kind of like honored to get to be a part of that journey to help them.
totally. And you feel less crazy. Because I think when you keep it in your head, you're like, no one's going to understand.
I'm the only one.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes like when you like you say something out loud and you're like, wow, I just heard how ridiculous that sounds.
It's true.
You know, like you're
That's
like,
true.
They don't even have to say anything. You're just like, okay, well, thanks for listening to me say whatever that was. It's just like,
But usually it's not that crazy.
It's
Usually
true.
you're like, oh yeah, I know, I feel that.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Usually pulling out, like taking detailed notes. New study.
Yes.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're the only one that's ever experienced this. Yeah.
Posting it on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I don't even have to. Sorry, X. I don't have it.
Oh
Okay.
no.
I think it's a crazy thing now.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh man, social media is nuts. But that's like not really optional for you, hey?
Yeah.
Do you have someone to manage it for you?
No, I don't. I was doing a thing where I kind of have a label for my artist stuff a little bit, and we were doing a thing where we were paying like a company monthly, and so we would have weekly meetings and talking about content and what I should post, and
so they would just give you advice on
they
what
would
to
just
post.
give me advice, which wasn't really that great because it wasn't like we just were like, what are we spending our money on? Advice when it's always changing. No one really knows.
It's so true. Yeah.
No one understands the algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a crazy thing. It's it's crazy to me how many people I've seen blow up, and and so many people know them, and then I'm like, it's I can't understand. I think it's a weird time.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, like you make me think like how people blow up just with like the most random
like
content.
one song.
Like,
Yeah,
so you
that's
know
true.
that guy that did the Dirt Man song?
Dirt Man.
Has anyone heard of Dirt Man? Yeah, yeah.
What is
it's a
it? Do I
goofy
know it?
it's a goofy song. It's like a jokey song. It's not like anyways, he like, I was following him before because he's just kind of like does these comedic little short songs that he writes, and he's like actually really talented too. And so I was following him and like, oh man, like why is this guy like kind of underrated? He doesn't have it. And then, he posts this one song and for some reason it just takes off. And now like everyone's like, oh yeah, the Dirt Man guy. Yeah. But it's just weird. There's no way to make sense of it.
No. And it just kind of feels like, I think it's changing too. Cause I think people are kind of getting tired of like that attention span. 6 seconds.
Yeah.
Just consume.
Yeah.
Well, and especially if you're one of those creators being like a slave to like trying to get people's attention.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
how do you stay ahead of
stop
that?
for our videos.
hard.
Our video is the most important.
Life sucking.
Well, and I've seen a lot of those videos where it's like, especially on TikTok, where it's someone who's struggling and they're like, hey, can you just stay and watch so we can make money? And then you kind of feel bad and you're like, okay, I'll stay and watch and I'll like. And
that's the thing.
they're like, if you like and comment and copy like the link, that will make it blow up more and we can make some. But it's like actually someone's like, parent has cancer. Whether they're lying or not, I have no way to gauge it, right?
Know.
Some of it looks authentic. But then I watch one of those and then all of a sudden I'm getting more on my feed because TikTok's like, oh, you like these types of videos. So you'll watch them. And they're like, okay, like, I don't know if I can just spend all day watching people talk about how like there's no way you can care about everyone everywhere all the time. But that's kind of what social media has become. It's like, hey, you care about me, care about what I'm doing.
Okay, speaking of your socials, I liked one of your videos. You have you're in, I think, your car with your mom.
Oh yeah.
And then like I'm all about the dogs.
Oh.
There's a dog in the back seat.
Dog.
Is that your dog? That's yours?
That's my baby.
What kind of dog?
She's a golden doodle.
I knew it.
You have one?
I have one too. Yeah, I was like, I think that's a golden doodle. Well, no, somewhere over here. Yeah.
Is it a girl?
Yeah, and she's like almost 2 years old, so her life is kind of chaos, but she's like very sweet and affectionate, and also like, I don't know, a raptor. I don't know.
Yeah, she's crazy.
Not that smart.
Yeah, they're kind of.
Yours is too. How old is yours?
She actually is like 12. I've had her. Yeah, I got her like in high school. Like she's me and my mom's baby. Like we are obsessed with her, and every time I come home.
What's her name?
Her name's Molly.
Aww.
Every time I come home, I'm like, I'm taking her this time with me. And she's like, no, you can't.
You have to fight
I
over
can't take her, but she's mine. I love her so much.
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're special.
They are really special.
Yeah.
Dogs are the best.
Goldberry.
Yes,
That's yours?
Okay, my husband said we could get another dog because ours had passed away.
Yeah.
But said we could get another dog if he could name it. And
Goldberry.
So he's super nerdy. So he's into like Lord of the Rings. And I guess if you read the books, it's a character in the books.
Not in the movies.
No, green eyes and blonde hair. So we've got this golden dog. And her eyes kind of shifted. Now they're not really even green anymore, but whatever. Her name's Goldberry.
That's a cute name.
I was like, we're not going to get used to that. We're never going to say it. But I don't know. It just sort of settled in. So
Do you call her Goldie?
we thought we would, but we don't. Yeah. Sometimes he calls her Golds, but we usually just full on Goldberry.
That's cute.
She's very energetic. Like whenever I go over to their house, she's like, gets so excited she starts jumping on you because she's just so happy.
Yeah, she loves people
She's an
so
extrovert.
much.
She's
if she's sad, it's because we don't let her meet somebody, and then she's just like heartbroken.
Offended. Yeah. Is yours the same way?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Total extrovert.
They just love people.
Yeah.
It's so sweet.
This week there was a leaf that. Just a leaf. I mean, like they're everywhere. It just like flew into our backyard, and she's just like having a little like wander, and then sees it and like backs up, and then just comes a little closer. And I was like, oh my gosh! I'm like, not very smart.
No, there's not a lot going on up there in their head.
The lights are on, but no one's home.
Yeah. I love them though.
Me too. Okay, good. Good dog.
I'm glad we
dog choice.
connected on that.
Should we let them write out some questions while we chat?
Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
If they're weird questions,
We'll
filter them.
Okay, so what inspires you as you write songs?
That's a good question. I mean, I love music, like so much. Like, I'm the type of person that if I become friends with you, I'm going to make you listen to so
like,
many things you
what are the go-to
haven't
albums
heard.
that you like to share?
Good question. Go-to albums.
or songs.
Favorite
Doesn't have to be,
artists.
Yeah, I'm trying
Besides
to think
Bieber.
of things that I'm really into right now. I'm really into like folk right now. Like I love Gregory
nice.
Alan Isaacoff and the Paper Kites.
Oh yeah.
I love the new John Bellion stuff. I'm trying to think of what else. There's so much. I love R&B. Like I love R&B and hip hop and rap. Like I grew up with like Drake.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, when you say hip hop, it just makes me think of do you follow Phil Wickham?
I don't, but I love him.
He
Is he doing hip hop?
He released a rap song.
No.
Is it a joke?
I don't know. I can't tell.
Interesting.
I
It
was
has
talking
to
to Josh.
be.
I don't like. It's hard to tell.
Interesting.
He's like, I don't know. He's something in the caption about like, I wasn't sure about releasing this, but it's. I can't remember what he said, but it's like,
Oh no.
he's still like singing. He's not like.
Wow.
He's still a little bit sing-songy, and then I was talking with Josh about it, and he's like, oh no, I realized why it's rap, because at the start he says, yeah, and it goes in like that's what makes it rap.
That doesn't seem like him at all.
No, that's weird.
It's very weird. Yeah,
I've always wondered what happened to him because I really thought he was great and he kind of fell off.
really.
Do you think he hasn't?
We do a lot of Phil Wickham for worship at our church.
A lot of it.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't thinking of Phil Wickham. I'm sorry. I did see that.
Oh, you did see that?
Okay.
Okay.
I
Who
was
were you
thinking of Philip Phillips. I don't know why. Do you know who that is? No, Phil Wickham's the best.
Phil Wickham,
I
yeah.
saw that too, and I was
Yeah.
like, "What?
What is this, dude? This is not your
No,
thing.
Phil Wickham's the best.
Okay, good. I'm like,
You're
oh
like,
no.
wait, you
I'm like,
fell
what do we need to know? We're like,
Yeah.
cut all the songs for
I
Sunday.
love Phil.
You guys do Philip at Hill.
I don't
for
know
your
why that
worship?
was in my head.
Interesting choice, but okay.
I love Phil Wickham.
yeah.
He's great. He's
Yes.
so nice too. I've been
Yeah.
around him a couple times.
Yeah.
Like singing gang things. And he's the nicest person in
Yeah.
the world. So intentional. Like wants to know everyone's name. He's really sweet.
Nice.
He's
that.
the best too.
We started using tracks on our worship team. I don't have you have experience with that. So,
Oh yeah.
and there's like the vocal cues. You can select voices.
You can do him.
You can do Phil. You can do
Shut
Meredith
up.
Andrews. I don't know who else, but we specifically picked Phil because his voice cuts
It's so
through.
happy
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
You can hear
One,
it.
two,
It's true.
three.
Yeah, it's
Course,
nice.
2, 3, 4.
I love that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so cool.
So Phil's on our worship team
It's
every
true.
Sunday.
So then
crazy.
if you like all of these different genres of music, was it hard to decide what kind you wanted to do?
Oh, it still is.
Yeah, you
Still
talk
is,
about
yeah.
that being in
Yeah.
that lane, right?
Yeah, I think
So what's this new stuff you're writing? Like what? What is that kinda
the
like?
project that I was talking about is like Justin Bieber, John Bellion, kind of like
Mixed.
that vibe, like pop, kind of edgy, gritty. But
So
then
a little bit
some a little
different
bit more
than
pop.
okay.
It's kind of in Gonna Be Okay's
Yeah,
vein.
okay.
Like Gonna Be Okay's pop.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, but I think I will do eventually some kind of singer-songwriter folk thing because I love doing that too.
Yeah.
I love that vibe. But that's been the biggest challenge I think for me
Yeah.
is finding my sound.
Yeah. And I think it can change over
Because
years
I
too,
love
right?
and it can change,
Yeah. I don't know why it comes to mind, but I think of like Mumford & Sons was very folky. And
Yeah,
then the
oh,
one
yeah.
album they released was like more rock. I'm like, this is not Mumford.
You're like, this isn't allowed.
But then I was like, after I listened to it a few times, I'm like, okay, this is actually like, I like it. It's
Yeah.
very different, but they did it well. Like, yeah, I think you can do whatever.
Yeah. I feel like Maggie Rogers is a good example of that too. She's evolved
Yeah.
really in a cool way. And like John Mayer
Yeah.
has so many different vibes.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's just like, as long as you're doing what you like. I always like listening to Rick Rubin talk about,
Oh, I love him.
he's like, there's always that meme of like, what do you do? Like the church tech director, what do you do? I have no technical skills
Yeah, I
whatsoever.
know. I love that meme.
Yeah, it's so
I was
good.
trying to find that the other day. I couldn't
Yeah.
find it.
Oh yeah, but it's just like they're like, well, what makes you good at what you do? And he's like, I stay true to what I like, and people who like what I like, if I stay true to that, then people are going to continue listening to what I make or working with me. In that case, you know.
Yeah.
Because if you're always so concerned with what everyone else wants, you're gonna
That's
fail.
the social media part that comes into it too.
How do you deal with that? Because I'm sure you've dealt with that at some point.
Like, I think it's you have to do what you love.
Yeah.
And even with me, like, I work with different people. Pretty much every day. Like
different producers and stuff.
Different producers or different writers, and so it is hard because it is easy to be like, oh, they think this is cooler, but I think I do have a pretty like firm inner voice that I trust.
Right.
I feel like I've always kind of had that.
You don't let anyone sway that, really.
I feel like I have had that.
Yeah. We were just I was just talking over lunch with one of the people on the worship team, and they're like talking about this one guy who's worked with producers, and they kind of had a bad experience that they felt like kind of forced to do a certain thing. But having like a good producer, have you experienced that? Like producers that are letting you be helping you find what you want to be and fighting against that?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Totally. There's one that I've done like 3 songs with so far, and he is just so patient with me and like so willing to go on the journey with me. Yeah. And that is like,
and then you're not feeling that pressure to like, hey, figure this out.
Yeah. Now.
Yeah.
Because it is a thing in Nashville of like, we write from 10 to 2. Yeah. And it's like, in 4 hours, you should have the song. Wow. Like with Gonna Be Okay, we wrote it in like, we wrote that in like an hour.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes that's how it is. But I think for a lot of things, it takes a lot of time. Yeah. And I'm trying to learn that. I'm trying to let myself embrace that. Yeah. It doesn't have to be instant.
Yeah, we have a friend who has released a few albums. He's folk. Could maybe recommend you to him. Yeah, but he's talked about, there's some songs that have just, come together, and there's some that, like, it's been on the back burner for a while, where you're like, it's not quite ready. It's not quite ready. Yeah. Have you experienced that too?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think... I don't know, how do you get to a point where you can just like
let it go?
Let it go, yeah.
It's a good question. I don't know. I think if I listen to it and it makes me feel something, and
or something's there,
then
you know it's worth keeping around. Yeah.
All right, we have a lot of questions.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
We should get to some.
I know. Go. Thanks for your questions. Have you ever written song lyrics on a napkin?
On a napkin? Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, I want to add a question to that. How full is your voice memos app?
Oh, my phone is messed up. Yeah. I have storage. I have voice memos probably from 2018.
Do you know Nathan Finocchio? Hillsong, New York.
That sounds familiar.
I think it was either him or someone else from that campus. They got mugged in New York, and he didn't have like an iCloud backup of his voice memos. Lost all his voice memos. Could you imagine losing all your voice memos permanently right now?
I can't.
Just unlocked a new nightmare for her. It's very helpful.
Probably not.
Glad I came on the podcast.
Well, I feel like there's probably some sort of connection to iCloud. You just got to make sure that's on.
I know. I think there is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a cautionary tale for you.
There you go.
I have so many voice memos.
Gosh, yeah.
Okay, this is probably because of the hat you're wearing now. What is your favorite hockey team?
Oh my gosh, I don't know anything about hockey, guys.
Poser.
I'm a major poser. So my family's basketball.
You're gonna make some people really happy tonight, and some people really upset if you wear that. You know, there's gonna be some very mixed emotions.
It's so funny
because you're either super loyal to the Leafs, or you're like just trash them.
I wanted to find a Tigers jersey, but I couldn't find one.
I'm sure we could hook you up.
Really?
I don't know. I feel like there's enough people that have one.
Taylor works miracles.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. No promises.
All right. What is your favorite song you've written and why?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a good question. Favorite song I've written.
Alicia, there's some more.
Oh, nice. Thanks.
I think it's really hard. I have a song called Don't Let Go of Me that's really special and important to me. I wrote it, I'll say this, but I wrote it on just a really crazy day, and it was like my brother was going through like a mental health crisis. Yeah. And I wrote it, and on this day that I was going to write a song, there was like a crazy school shooting in Nashville. And so it was just a crazy day, and I was in my car like crying, not wanting to go to this rite. And I ended up going, and it was like, it's a confusing story because I ended up going and we wrote a different song for this other girl's album that I love. That's one of my favorite songs I've written too. It's called Communion. It's by this artist. Her name's Sarah Kroger. She's like a Catholic worship artist. She's beautiful, amazing. But I wrote this song, Don't Let Go of Me, from that day. And it's special to me because it was a hard day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very vulnerable.
Yeah.
What do the tattoos on your fingers mean?
They don't mean anything, but I've let people give them to me, unfortunately.
Like a prison tattoo?
Like my friends have gotten tattoo guns.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You're
it's
a good
fun,
friend.
though. I like them.
You're a good friend.
I'm a good friend. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Do you guys know David Leonard, the worship leader, Christian artist? He was in All Sons and Daughters. Great Are You, Lord.
Oh,
Great
really?
Are You, Lord.
I know Great Are You, Lord. Yeah.
Yeah, he gave me
He's the
this.
one. Oh,
He gave me the
Nice.
heart.
Wow. That's
great
fun.
tattoo artist.
But they don't mean anything. I like them.
That's a good enough answer. You sort of said this, but if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Honestly, I really want to go to like the Holy Land.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a
that would
big
be
one.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be super cool.
That, and I'm very fixated on going to Hawaii.
Oh, you'll love it.
I just think I'm meant to be there.
I've been twice.
You love it.
Yeah, you know what? There's something so different about it that it lingers with you, so that when you in the future watch shows where like it's based in Hawaii, you feel it. You remember what
Really?
it feels like to be there. It's like a different level of relaxation. I don't know how to explain.
Which island did you go to?
I went to two of them. I was on the Big Island, and then I was on Oahu.
Yeah.
I'm like really obsessed with it. And there's YWAM Kona.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that's an integrity thing. So I have a connection.
So now you have to really.
I know. I
It's
think
a
I
ministry thing.
think
You
I
have
make
to.
It's for the
Lord
Lord.
is calling you.
the Lord is calling me.
Yeah.
He told me.
Yeah.
Whispered it to me. Not really.
Okay, I guess sort of speaking of all of that, is it hard to believe in something you can't see?
Yeah, totally. Dang, that's a good question. It's very hard. It's very hard, but I think we all have things that we can't explain.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Belief is a weird thing.
Have you been a Christian most of your life?
I grew up, my family, I grew up in the church in like a really beautiful, like I have really great memories from my childhood of church and like the community. Like we would have like dinners with all of our, like with families and just Sunday school. I remember just running around as a kid, and I just have great memories from that. And I'm thankful for that. Like, because community is just so important.
That church living out and loving each other. That's the visual part of we're like, that's how we see God at work in our lives,
Yep.
right?
Through
It's that
others,
community,
yeah.
that acceptance, that being there for one another when it's hard times come. I
Exactly.
think that's that. You're seeing that love of God actually play out through other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's easy to, I think, in our society now to isolate. Like, so
Yeah.
it's so important.
Yeah.
There's a few sort of in a row. You don't have to answer this. How old are you?
My birthday's on Tuesday. Turning
Happy almost birthday.
26.
Wow.
26.
Happy early birthday.
People always, I like knowing how old people think I am. People usually are kind of close.
How old did you guys think?
Did you think I
Abby
was 25?
18.
You thought I was 18? People think I'm younger, I think.
Yeah.
Sometimes. It depends.
That's worked in my favor for a while too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good thing.
I
It's
like to play that game too. How old do you
be
think I
cool.
am?
Yeah.
There will come a day where I don't want to play that game anymore.
No. Stop. I don't like this game.
This is deeply wounding. What age did you start your career?
I guess I was signed to my songwriting deal when I was 23. So I spent some time after college working retail and doing random jobs.
Fun.
Yeah.
Retail.
We've all done it, yeah.
Yeah. You got to do it. You got to do it. Yeah.
Oh, you see a whole different side of humans.
Oh yeah.
You really do.
Yeah.
You really do.
I worked at a Starbucks once. I think my craziest story was like, there was like, we were running out of the clear cups, or because it was like every kid wanted a Frappuccino all day.
Oh,
We're
gosh.
just all day whipping them out. And so then there's like, one guy came in, he just wanted water. And so they said, if anyone wants just like free stuff, put it in a hot cup. And so we're like, no big deal. So we just put like cold water in a hot cup. And the guy was so mad about his free water, he threw it at one of the baristas. So the guy's like drenched. We let him go home for the day. I was like, it's just like, I'm like, I don't
Something
get
else is
it.
going on, sir.
Yeah.
It's not that deep.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, people.
It makes you appreciate. It makes you working, especially because I was a server too. It makes you appreciate those people.
Yeah.
Like when you're with people that don't appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just,
I get so uncomfy. I'm like, just be nice to them.
Yeah.
Totally.
you know, when it's outside of their control, right?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
When and what was your first song released?
That's a good one. I mentioned the guy who gave me the heart tattoo. He was the first person that I really met in the quote unquote industry. I was singing Great Are You Lord. They have a thing called the Dove Awards in Nashville, which is like a Christian award thing. Yeah. And they did them at my school. And he just heard me singing. And he was like, you were singing my song. He's like, come to my studio, I'll record you. So he recorded a song that I wrote when I was 18, and I put it out. I took it off because it was not
You took it off?
It was not good.
Oh, come on. True fans will appreciate it.
Actually, that's not even true, I guess. In high school, my youth leader recorded like an EP for me, and I put it on a CD. So I guess that was my first thing. It was so bad, but
We have to start somewhere.
yeah, you have to, yeah.
It's sort of the same. I mean, I don't know, as like a youth pastor, like when I first started, like I always wrote down all my sermons. So if I reference them now that I've been in it for a while, I'm like, oh no. But I don't know, you just have to start somewhere. You have to try.
Yeah, it's true.
What is your favorite song that you've written and why?
Did I answer that?
Yeah, I think
Did
we
you?
already did that. Yeah.
I missed
said
it.
Don't
I'm
Let Go of Me.
sorry. Oh, yes, you did. Oh, okay.
No, it's okay.
And we answered that one. What is your favorite song to play?
That's a good one too. I do love playing Gonna Be Okay.
It's fun.
It's a fun song.
Thanks. Yeah, it is fun. Yeah.
I was ripping people's music videos for the social media ad, and like this one's fun
Yeah.
and boppy and upbeat, so it'll work.
It was fun.
Yeah.
That was a fun video.
Okay, so I do like video for
cool.
like I do it at the church, and I do like freelance stuff. Who filmed that for you? Was it like just someone you know, or did the label provide
It
someone?
was a label, but
oh, okay.
I actually knew him.
Okay. He did great. I
Yeah.
like the 4:3 aspect ratio.
I don't even know. Yeah.
It's like the
Cool.
He
good color grade too.
we almost didn't do it because we thought it was a waste of money. I'm glad we did it, but the label I did it's through Capital, so they have money, but I knew the guy, and actually what's funny about that video is we were gonna do 2 different things, and then we didn't end up doing them. And then it rained really hard, and then I got a screw in my tire.
No.
And
was this on the way to the field shots?
yes, and I was so stressed, and then it started pouring.
No.
And then we just did the outside stuff, and it was fine.
Yeah.
But it was a stressful day.
You were not okay.
You're trying to encourage yourself. The song is speaking to you. I think it's going to be okay.
And then the guys who did the video, they tried to change my tire. They put on my spare, and it was flat.
No.
I don't know why they didn't know that.
Oh, no.
But yeah, it ended up being fine. I got it
ended
fixed.
up being okay.
Yeah, but stressful.
Oh, no. Life hate.
I want. Or did you have more?
Well, are you?
No, I just had another question.
Okay. I think this one's still really good. It's the second part of this question. If you had one piece of advice, what would it be? I like it when they ask that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What do you wish someone would have told you in high school?
I think it's going to get better than you think, and it's going to be different than you think. Because I think I've been talking to my friends about this. I think we all have a picture of how we think things are going to go. Especially in high school.
Yeah.
And you're like, then you're let down if it doesn't happen that way. Like, I'm not married. This is a time when everyone's getting married or having kids or whatever. And I don't feel like that's my season at all. But I know people are like, some people, you know, they get bitter. They get, they just, it's not going to be how you think it's going to be. In good ways, for me, in great ways, but in hard ways too.
Comparison's the thief of joy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's good advice.
Thanks.
I'm curious though, where you worked for retail.
Oh, I worked actually at a like really upscale men's clothing.
So probably rich people were more rude than.
Yeah. Yes, and it was like a very chill place.
Okay.
The one person who was rude was Orlando Bloom. You guys know him?
Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not cool.
It was a crazy. Yeah.
What do you do?
He spent like. He gave us a fake name, which is understandable.
Yeah.
But he like took his shirt off and was walking around trying stuff on in the store, which was weird.
It's weird.
Like, can you have a change room dedicated for that?
Yeah.
I was getting ready for my next movie.
But I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
Oh
And-
no! So there's just some weird guy.
Yeah. I knew he was someone.
Okay.
It just him, the way he was acting.
Yeah.
But I was like, I had to look it up, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I should have known that.
No, you shouldn't have.
Yeah. But most of the time people were pretty nice though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have like? So this is the thing about our podcast, and if you can't think of anything, that's okay. We like to share embarrassing stories.
Oh yeah.
I feel like retail's the prime spot
Yeah.
to have an embarrassing story from. Did you have any embarrassing experiences?
Oh man. What would it? I don't know.
No.
Not off the
Are you
top of my head.
not an easily embarrassed person?
I think I am.
Yeah.
In general, if you were going to ask that, I was going to say
Oh, if you have another story, we'll
I went
accept
on
that
a
as
date
well.
with this guy that I went to college with one time.
Yeah.
And we're friends, whatever. But we were sitting there and we got edamame. Do you guys know edamame?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'd had it before. I think I was just nervous.
Yeah.
But I tried to like eat it, like bite it. Because you know how you... And then you put the thing.
Yeah.
I was like trying to fully eat it.
Oh.
That was embarrassing.
And you're on a date, so was he like?
He was
just
doing
acting-
it too, I think. And then we were like,
Both not
I
paying
don't
attention
think
to how
that
you're
we
eating it.
eat this. I think we spit it out. Have you ever tried to eat one of those shells?
No.
I've never actually eaten one. No.
You haven't had edamame in general?
No.
It's really good.
Yeah. If
I'm
you
like-
eat it properly.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so good. I'm like a big, like sushi's like my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
Big sushi girl.
Nice.
Yeah.
We're excited to hear you sing
Yeah.
tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you
I'm
so
so
much for
excited.
coming on and
Yeah.
sharing with us. We're looking forward to the night. And,
Me too.
hopefully the Leafs do well at their next game. And,
Go
go
Leafs.
Leafs. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us.
Thanks,
we'll see you later.
Abby.
Bye.
Bye.